All right, so this webinar is about how to leverage credit to live a financial free lifestyle without any extra work. So essentially, it's all about utilizing credit to live this financial free lifestyle. Okay, so what do I actually mean by leverage credit to live this financial freedom, right? So I'm talking about free vacation, going at least 5 to 8 times a year. Passive income, maybe extra hundreds to $1,000 in your pocket, and over $1 million line of credit, ready to use whenever, and possibly 780 credit score, qualify for literally any loans and mortgages that you could be having, right? For cars, for house, or even to get anything, you need to put your credit score down. Also, if you guys are staying till the end, I am offering a free 10 minutes call. This is very limited time. I've only been promoting this for a little bit, and for those of you who's staying into this, I'll make sure to book you in case you may have any question later on. All right, and also I want to make sure that I have your full undivided attention. I know that I put a lot of time into this, and I'm not saying you should take it for granted, nothing like that. However, the information that I'm going to cover in here is going to be very valuable. I'll be honest with you guys. I spent thousands of dollars to other mentors just to kind of acquire this knowledge. So I please have your full undivided attention from me. All right, just to kind of give you like a straight fact, I want to be honest with you guys. Like, you're not gonna make $5,000 in passive income by leveraging credit in the beginning. Maybe your goal is just to pay some bills. That's totally fine. I'll be honest, like when I got started, I started with below 600 credit scoring 4 years ago. But now I currently have over 30 credit cards that generate me over $5,000 in passive income and over 500,000 points every month. So all of these are possible if you can simply utilize credit. When I say 30 credit cards, I'm talking about business and the personal credit card. All right, so let's talk about exactly like what are goals when it comes to credit. I know I'm an immigrant. Like, I came to this country with a single mother, and I grew up very not the most rich area, and I want to make sure that I fit your American dream. In the beginning, maybe your American dream could be about getting a beautiful house, right? With a nice yard, pool, whatever, or exotic car. Maybe you're 20 years old, maybe you just want to get a nice car, or maybe financial security because you just want to provide for your family, or maybe you have like $300,000 a debt, your student loans. There are a lot of cases, and everyone's American dream is very different. But I want to make sure if you can simply understand credit, you can check mark all of the things that you have for your American dreams: a house, cars, financial security, debt-free life, especially free vacations. And that is my goal. And that is, ultimately my goal here to, present you this knowledge. All right, so let's talk about what actually makes this so different than anything else. So a lot of people think this is some kind of a business. No, this is not a business, guys. You don't need to have any extra money to utilize your own credit. And as I said, this is not a business. And this is something that what you already have. Like, you and I, if you have Social Security number in America, and if you have like credit score, you can benefit from it. And I truly believe that this is the fastest way to gain wealth and live this financial free lifestyle. All right, so to kind of show you like who I am, in case you guys don't know who I am or any knowledge of what I do for a living. So over the past years, I was able to travel to 15 different countries for free just by utilizing credit card rewards points, and I've earned over $250,000 in credit card cashback, and stayed at most exotic hotels, and built over $1 million line of credit for my business line of credit. And I was very fortunate to have this opportunity to help over 200 people fixing their credit, but essentially helping them to utilize credit to change their life, fixing their credit score, having them to travel to their whatever the vacation spot they want to go. And as I said again, I really learned this hard way. I'm an immigrant, like, and when I got started, I didn't have the financial set to start my life. That is the reason why I joined the military, because I didn't know, what I was going to do in life. So at that time, that was the best way to, advance my life. And not knowing anything about financial security, not knowing anything about credit, I spent thousands of dollars to credit mentors, thousands of dollars just to fix my own credit. And, like, now that I know about this knowledge, I want to make sure you understand this is the easier way. So just to highlight again, I paid $20,000 in travel expenses, to see my wife at that time. She used to live in Europe. I had over $8,000 credit card debt, and, spent thousands of dollars to other mentors, again, to acquire this knowledge. And even a lot of inquiries, because I thought, well, if I just apply for credit card, or if I just go to a dealership to find if I can even qualify for any cars, I thought that was the best way to set myself in a financial freedom. But that wasn't the case, because I was just adding my, inquiry spot on my credit profile, which in result lowered my credit score. So all of these, I really learned the hard way. Okay, so after devoting my life to learn about credit since 5 years ago, I really have discovered many things, and I feel so grateful. And one thing is this, guys. If you want to start a business, you can't start a business without credit. Think about it. Are you going to spend $20,000 in your saving account to start a business when you could borrow money from the bank, right? It just doesn't make sense. It's easier to borrow someone's money than use your own money, like legally. And anyone can travel for free just by leveraging credit card rewards points. I mean, look at my life. Like, I'm nobody. I just started from the bottom, and I'm just going up because I'm literally just simply utilizing credit. And lastly, anyone can fix their own credit score if you can simply understand the disputing process. So what I have discovered is how to leverage credit to live this financial free lifestyle without any extra work. And I know this is a bold statement, but please stay with me, because it will all make sense to you. Okay, so what is the easy way? Like, what is all this fuss, right? The easy way is this: going to the most exotic vacation just by leveraging credit card points and in earning, thousands of dollars in passive income. Maybe in the beginning, it's not thousands of dollars, maybe it's just hundreds of dollars, but you can scale that and get to over, 800 credit score. Maybe you're at a situation where your credit score is 600 because you had a couple of late payments or even bankruptcy. I want to help you to remove that. And think about what you could do if you have just $50,000 in your pocket readily available. That's life-changing for some people, right? And that is the easy way that I want to show you. Okay, so this webinar, I'm going to essentially talk about the 3 things, guys. How to fix your own credit without paying anyone. 2, how to take the most exotic vacations. And lastly, how to generate $1,000 of passive income. All right, so let's dive in. So to begin with, we have to, fundamentally understand exactly why this is important. Otherwise, you're not gonna take action if you don't understand this truly. All right, so why I'm using credit, I'm gonna talk about that first. So we can use credit card for trip cancellation in case I take a flight and it gets canceled. I will get reimbursed. However, if you don't use credit card, maybe you're not gonna get reimbursed because you didn't buy the the insurance. For me, I don't have to do that because I can just simply use credit card, right? And auto rental collision damage in case something were to happen if you ride a rental car. Cell phone protection. This phone here, this iPhone 10, 10X Max, this is expensive. And I know a lot of people have Apple Care, which you don't even have to get it if you just have simply a credit card that protects your phone. You can do free traveling, cashback, line of credit. Like, I could talk about all kinds of stuff. But let's talk about you. Let's talk about why you might not have credit, right? So one of the reasons is, a lot of people are scared to open a credit card. Most people think credit card is bad because, we hear this notion about, oh, credit, I pay $5,000 in credit card debt. Like, we hear all this, this society's notion that it is bad. So we simply don't get to kind of experience it. And that was the case for me as well. Credit is not useful. Cash is the king, the metaphor that we have. no credit card debt, my credit is bad. Maybe that could be a reason. Okay, so I'm gonna show you exactly how to fix your own credit without paying anyone. Again, guys, I had to pay like $2,000 just for the Lexington Law deal, like a couple years ago in the beginning, and I had to pay other, credit repair agency, and I didn't go anywhere, and they really didn't do anything for me. Okay, so let's understand how this actually works. I want to mention Tony Robbins in case you guys don't know who he is. He's a very successful entrepreneur who goes around the world to show people how to live better life. So I want to read you a quote that I really get inspired from Tony Robbins. If you want to achieve success, all you need to do is find a model, those who have already succeeded. So this is what I have done. I have learned from other credit repair veterans, and I am simply modeling their success. I'm not doing anything special. There is no secret in this. It's just simply following what works and just copying. And that's something that maybe you can do it too. All right, so the success model is this: sending the most well-written dispute letters. So now you might be thinking, what is dispute letters, right? So a dispute letter is something that you can send to credit bureaus. So let's say, like, I'm kind of giving you guys a very basic, analogy, but let's say you have a bad credit from Experian or from TransUnion or from Equifax. So in order for you to dispute that, you have to send them a letter, like dispute and saying that, hey, listen, this is wrong. Like, this is not my fault. That is called dispute letters, essentially. So what I'm trying to say is this: you can get a dispute letter from internet. However, those are all generic letters. It's about understanding exactly what to write in the dispute letter, which I will provide in my course. Okay, so maybe at this point, you don't really understand how to dispute properly. So I've made a 2 simple process that you can follow along right now at this moment. So if you guys want, you can take a screenshot out of this and literally do this at your own pace today at this moment. So in order to fix your credit, you can also utilize government website to dispute any credit errors. Consumerfinance.gov, which you will see in here as a one picture, and FTC.gov, which is Federal Trade Commission.gov. And I'm going to show you exactly. Okay, so if you are utilizing this website, it will literally take you less than 10 minutes to remove not any, but typically easy negative remarks in your credit profile. All you have to do is simply follow the step-by-step guide from the website. It is very self-explanatory. It's very easy, like a concept you can just understand. And if you have any questions, you guys can always feel free to DM me through Instagram or anything like that. But again, this is a simple process. All right, so now let's talk about what other people are doing. If you are paying for other credit repair agency, this is exactly what they're doing. And they think it's some kind of secret, but it's not. All they're doing is sending dispute letters. So if you guys can see in the right side of this, on this PowerPoint, it is a dispute letter that I've created. Like, it's just like a simple dispute letter. So basically, it's a one simple verification dispute letter that you can send it to credit bureau to get any follow-up from them. I'm not going to go too much in depth about how to generate a dispute letter, because that's going to take too much time in here. I want to make sure I cover all the top secrets that I've entailed. But essentially, this is the dispute letter that you should be sending. Okay, so again, why would you wait over thousands of dollars to repair your own credit when you can just simply understand how to repair your own credit, right? Like, seriously, all it takes is just simple method. And now I have this knowledge. It takes me less than 15 minutes. All I have to do is go through the client's profile and understand what they have, what kind of negative remarks, and file a report, and then just send it to them. And that's really it. There is no secret. And I will share my own scripted version of dispute letters that eliminate, late payments, inquiries, child support, repossession, even more. Again, these are not generic copies, guys. So these are fully customized that I have created for my clients, and you can simply just change it. So I know that you might be thinking, well, if I can just Google this stuff, like why would I get your help, right? But again, this is not a generic copy. Okay, so as I said again, to me, it takes me less than 15 minutes of my day to generate the perfect, argumentative letter and send it to each credit bureau. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And those are the main 3 credit bureaus that you should be sending to. And every time you're getting a loan or even credit card, you're getting inquiries from these credit bureaus. And that is why you should be sending to them mainly. Okay, again, at this point, you might be thinking, I know I mentioned this, but like you can just Google this and then download for free. Why would you need my help, right? Those generic letters that you're gonna get from Google are not gonna work. Because if you send those letters to credit bureaus, you're just gonna get a response from credit bureaus saying you need further verification, and every letter has to be customizable. So truthfully, it's not really the letter; it's actually the strategy and the skill and how to make your letter as much as persuasive, right? And that is why all my letters are customizable for every situation. Okay, so that was the secret 1, and I'm gonna talk about secret 2: how to take the most exotic vacation multiple times a year. And I'm gonna give you guys a straight fact first. Oh, by the way, this is myself and this is me and my wife. We were in the Netherlands. I think it was in December, and 2 months ago, we were about a month and a half ago, we were in Hawaii, and it was the most beautiful time. And I want to show you how you can do it also the same. Just for the simple fact, the average American household spend well over $5,000 on vacation. Like that's pretty a lot, right? Like I spent a lot more than that just for myself. But for me, like in the 3 trips that I have taken, I spent less than $200. Well, I can't avoid tax, so you see what I mean? Okay, so what can you do to actually travel for free, right? It comes down to really essentially one thing, which is utilizing credit card rewards points. Just by utilizing credit card points, you can go on flights. You can take flights, like we're talking about first class flight, hotels, rent-a-car, trains, food, cashback, or even Amazon. You can buy literally Amazon, like whatever you want to buy from Amazon from other credit card companies, because all you're doing is utilizing their credit card points. Okay, so just to show you a few highlights of my travel rewards. So that was the first picture you will see in the left is from American Airlines. I have about 107,000 points, and the middle is 53,000 points for American Express. On the right side is also American Express. So these are probably worth about $4,000, and it's pretty substantial when these are actually stacking. Again, so just to highlight exactly the breakdown of the cost that I was able to save. I saved over $3,000 on a Hawaii trip. The average flight from Denver to Hawaii is at least $1,000, at least. I mean, you can probably Google this right now. And it wasn't just me who actually flew there. I also was able to, book a flight for my wife as well. So to me, like that's life changing. Maybe to you, maybe you could save, thousands of dollars. Okay, and not only that, you can actually book hotels, right? Like think about it, flights, hotel, rent a car. Like what else could you save more? Oh, besides the food. But you could also use that from cashback. So as you can see in this screenshot here, I literally stayed in a hotel for 38 nights. Like this is a straight up screenshot from my phone. And just and these are also a few highlights of hotels I've stayed at. I mean, think about it, like 38 nights of hotel will be at least $5,000 in my opinion. Like, cause $200, I mean, let's just do the math. 150 per night times $38 is at least $5,700. worth of hotel nights. So it's substantial, right? So now let's get to the bread and butter. Let's get to the rice. So how do you earn so much credit card rewards points? Like, what is the secret, right? That's what you're here for, right? It is, I'm going to talk about mainly 3 things right now. One is manufacturer spending. Manufacturer spending is essentially using your credit card without actually spending your, okay, let me put it this way. Manufacturer spending is a way to spend your credit card without really using your money on it. I'm going to go more in depth about this topic in the next few slides. And the second thing is credit card sign-up bonus. So have you guys ever received a sign-up bonus from each bank? Says, oh, you know, if you sign up for this credit card, we will give you 60,000 points. If you sign up for this credit card, we will give you 100,000 points. So essentially, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing manufacturer spending and taking those credit card sign-up bonuses. And lastly, what I'm doing is paying all of my expenses with credit cards. So paying for my rent, paying for my tax, buying a car with a credit card, essentially paying, like you can literally pay everything with credit cards. Okay, now let's talk about sign-up bonus. So what does it actually mean by having sign-up bonus, right? As you guys know, there are a lot of credit card sign-up bonus. You can find at this moment, like there are literally over hundreds of banks offering credit card sign-up bonus. And even if you just get 4 or 5 credit cards in a year, I guarantee you that could be worth at least $3,000. American Express, Citibank, Chase Bank, US Bank, USA. There are just so many other banks, and every of those banks are offering credit card sign-up bonus. So the secret is understanding exactly how and when to get those sign-up bonuses. Okay, so now let's really dive into the nitty and gritty stuff. The cost breakdown of credit card points. So typically with this card alone, Chase Sapphire Reserve, which is this card, Chase Sapphire Reserve, in case you guys didn't know what card this is. So with this card alone, I typically make around like 50,000 points, which is about $750 travel rewards points every month for one single card. And if I know a couple of months ago, Chase Sapphire Reserve had a sign-up bonus they will give you 60,000 points, which is worth about $900 travel rewards points. So think about it. That is substantial, right? Like even without understanding any manufacturer spend, if you can simply understand sign-up bonus, you could be saving $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 each year. You know what I mean? Think about it. Just try to put yourself in a situation where you have a 10 credit card sign-up bonus, right? Like these are all the possibilities that you can take right away. Luxury hotels. We're staying at, the Ritz-Carlton. We're not staying at Holiday Inn, the Marriott, the JW Marriott. We're staying in the Hyatt Regency. Maybe going to Asia, like how my wife done. Going to Vietnam. Going to Philippines, going to Korea by using a business class ride and rent a car. You can also book a rental car. And maybe your goal is to just go on a cruise, right? And all of these are possible, again, if you can simply utilize, sign-up bonuses. And I'm not even talking about manufacturer spending. I'm not even talking about other stuff. So now let's talk about what you might be thinking. I know, because at this point, you might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true. What is a hidden message, bro? Like, what are you selling to me, right? So I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm giving you. Okay, so here's a hidden message. You can utilize credit while boosting up your credit score. Just bear with me. I'll tell you exactly the reason why. Now, you have to understand exactly what makes up the strong credit profile. It is essentially these 3 things and many more. No late payment history, under 5% credit utilization, and credit profile. Listen very carefully. Credit profile with at least 10 accounts open. And this is what you need in order for you to get over 830 credit score. Because think about it this way. You're not just going to go to a restaurant without looking at any Yelp review, right? the more reviews that you have on that restaurant, it just seems more logical for you to understand, okay, this restaurant is good. It's the same concept. When the bank's looking at your credit profile, and if you only have one credit card open, even if you have one, like 10 years of credit history, maybe they're thinking, well, you don't really have many accounts open, so I can't really say you are the fit for our bank. See what I mean? And that is a reason why exactly when you look into your credit karma, it will show you that you need to have at least 10 accounts open to get the 800 credit scores or above. Okay, let me ask you a question. So I don't know, which situation you're in right now. So, I know a lot of people use credit card rewards points. Maybe you're already in that situation where you're utilizing credit card rewards points like myself. So how much free travel points did you earn last year? I mean, think about it. The average American household spent over $60,000 a year just for anything in life, right? House, mortgage, whatever. Just try to put this in a perspective. If you were to spend $60,000 in travel credit card, I guarantee you'll get at least over $2,000 travel points. And again, we're not even mentioning, credit card sign-up bonus and manufacturer spending. So by utilizing credit card, you could save, $2,000 or even more if you have cashback credit card. So I know I made this bold promise, how to live a financial free lifestyle without extra work. It's a bold promise. I know I made that to you. So let me go over exactly why it doesn't take extra work. So think about your monthly expenses. I'm just gonna go over typical Americans' monthly expenses. Grocery, $300. Gas, $200. Utility bills, $250. Your house mortgage, probably around $2,000. Your car. So in total spend is $3,150. This is just average person, right? Now, do you utilize all of those expenses in credit card spending? I bet you maybe, at least 50% of people are not, right? So if you were to put that into 3% cashback credit card, you're gonna get $94 free money every month. And we're not even talking about credit card sign up, nothing like that, just by utilizing the right credit card. Now, this is what it comes down to. You see, like all the stuff that I talk about, like I'm at a level where I'm scaling it. And that's the reason why I'm showing you, because everything that I'm showing you is scalable. The Grant Cardone always says, if you're doing a business, you have to scale it to 10x level or even more. And this is exactly what it is. It's not a business because technically you can scale this 100 times and it doesn't require any extra money to start. All you have to do is simply have your social security number and have a credit score. That's it. Think about it this way. This is in my situation. Imagine your possibility. Imagine you're in a situation where you're spending maybe $200,000 in your credit card every month. So how much points, how much cashback do you think you're going to earn? It's substantial, right? And now you might be thinking, well, bro, like $200,000, that's a lot. Remember, there's personal credit card and there's a business credit card. So I'm just simply utilizing, all those 30 credit cards. And all I have to do is, distribute all those spending into each card. So, it's less, it's just a lot easier if you do it that way. Okay, so here's a ultimate secret, guys. And this is what I'm doing, guys. So we talked about manufacturer spending, allowing you to spend money without actually spending your own money, right? Essentially, manufacturer spending is you essentially, I'm sorry, I guess I'm getting very wordy here, but essentially manufacturer spending is utilizing credit card for paying things that you already have money for. So let's say I spend $5,000 on this one. I'm able to spend $5,000 without using my own money to pay it back. So there are many methods that I can talk about. So one is buying a gift card. For instance, I can buy a gift card maybe worth of $500 with my credit card, and then use that gift card to pay back my credit card. So now I am left with $500, plus 2% cashback or plus whatever the credit card points that I would have accumulated by buying that gift card. Now, that is just one way of manufacturer spending technique. So now let's go into high scale, manufacturer spending. You can buy a car with 3% cashback credit card. Now think about it. like that's substantial, right? You're buying a car for $20,000 and you like put like 3% cash back. That's substantial, right? And paying all your taxes with credit card. And there is also, if you simply understand how, if you understand exactly how you can leverage credit to your checking account, you can also fund real estate. And this is the level that other people are doing and level that I'm doing it. And this is where where things are getting really fun. Now, maybe you're in a situation where you're not at that level. Maybe you're just kind of like, hey man, like that seems all cool, but like like I'm not at that level. Like maybe I need to learn more. So what you can do in a low scale is paying for your friend's dinner. So every time I go out for a dinner, like in Denver, I'll be like, hey man, I'll pay for it. And people go like, oh my God, you're gonna pay for it? I'll be like, hey, just Venmo me or just Apple Pay me. Think about it. That's substantial because every month, like I'm spending like, maybe $1,000, maybe $1,500 just for dinner, paying for other people's dinner, right? But I'm getting those money back and generating those credit card points. Typically, credit card companies give you more points for spending on a dinner. I mean, on a restaurant. So that's a great way to have generate a lot of credit card points and pay for any expenses, as I talked about. And this is a fun part. Funding bank accounts with your credit cards. Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking. I'm gonna go more in depth. Okay, so those are the reason why I am able to generate over $5,000 cash back and over $500,000 of points every month. So think about it. Wouldn't you want to do that also? Now, let's talk about exactly how to generate thousands of dollars of passive income each month. In the beginning, you'll start obviously from hundreds of dollars, but essentially this is the foundation. So I want to show you guys my my statement balance first. So as you guys can see in the screen, this is literally my what is that? My actual payments that I made, my statement balance. You can see in here that I had made with a Amex credit card. It was almost about $320,000, and with Capital One that month, I have gained at roughly around $600. So, I mean, it's substantial. It's definitely doable too. I want to make sure that you understand that it is possible. Okay, so let's talk about what the majority of people are doing, the majority of Americans, and I want to make sure you're not in part of that. So as you know, we can all agree to have passive income. It's all great, right? But how many passive income sources do you already have? If you can you live up with your passive income alone? Can you quit your job, right? What if you get fired from a job? Do you have a plan? Can you support your family with your passive income? So like the level of passive income that I'm talking about is at this level. We're not talking about maybe $15, $20, not even $100. We're talking about, thousands of dollar range. And truthfully, here's the sad reality, guys. Like, and this was me just a few years ago too. Like, I'm not saying like I'm in a better situation. All I'm doing is simply leveraging credit. So 57% of Americans have less than $4,000 in their savings. I mean, truthfully, that's pretty sad, right? I mean, if you're watching this video, you may be one of those Americans, sadly, statistically. And I really want to help you to go, overcome that step. So now let's understand why only a few, individuals really have passive income, or why does the average American have less than $4,000? I mean, think about it. Let me give you a few reasons. Most people will probably think, I don't know what to save, right? It was just me. I didn't know any better. I don't have money to save. That's simply the problem. And a lot of people will say, my bills are too expensive, right? Maybe you have a car that is just too expensive. Maybe you're at a situation in life where you just don't care, YOLO. And really, the truth is, most of us are anxious and scared about the topic of money. It's like taboo, right? Like no one really wants to learn about credit because it seems like, oh, it's a bad thing to learn. And this is why you have to utilize credit. It is guaranteed money coming into your pocket. Remember what I said? This is not a business. So more than hundreds of my clients are already making thousands of dollars just by utilizing credit. And again, they're not necessarily giving up their time with their family member. They're not necessarily, spending 15, 20 hours a week more to learn about that. They're just simply utilizing what they already have. So let me show you let me kind of highlight of, some of the things that my clients are already doing to generate this kind of money. Just cash back from a manufacturer spend. It's guaranteed money. If you spend $2,000 on 2% credit card, you're going to get $40, right? Bank sign-up bonuses. So if you sign up for a certain bank, they're going to offer you exactly a certain amount of dollar because by incentive, because you're signing up with them. Selling an authorized user spot. Maybe you have a really good credit score and maybe you have the perfect credit age history. You can also sell that spot to someone else. And you might be thinking, well, then wouldn't that person mess up your credit score, right? No, not really, because you're going to get their credit card and all you have to do is not give them the credit card. So simply put, that person doesn't have your credit card to even mess around with. So truthfully, it's the free money that you could be making if you have a good credit score. And if you understand, more in advance, you can also put credit line into investments, to real estate, loans, and etc. And there are even more. And I want to make sure that I highlight to you guys that what this is all about, how people are making passive income, cashback, bank sign-up bonuses, bank sign-up bonus by funding with your credit card, selling an authorized user is perfectly legal for you to do that. And lastly, putting your credit line into investments. So I know I talked about the bank sign-up bonus. Let's go more in that because this is something that you can do it right now, like at this moment, maybe tomorrow. So the real secret is how to fund a bank account with your credit card. Think about it. Just really, really think about it. Just by opening a few bank accounts, you can get $1,400. Like this is literally a screenshot that I got from internet, like literally a week ago. Chase is offering $600 if you fund I think it was $15,000. And I know a TD Bank is also offering $300 if you fund if you fund the account with the money. So if it could be $1,000 or it could be $5,000. I don't know much of details, but you can fund those with the credit card. And that's what I'm going to highlight exactly in my course. So if you guys don't want to know more. All right, so if you could just have hundreds of thousands of dollars for a year, what could you possibly do? You guys remember how I talked about manufacturer spending? Maybe you can buy a gift card with your credit card. That's just a few methods. However, just think about it. Before we get too complicated, just think about it in this way. What if you have $100,000 in your credit cards with S, and then put those credit into your checking account? What could you possibly do? We're just talking about $100,000 for 0% APR rate. You can do a lot of things, right? There's just so many things you can do. If you can just $100,000 for a year, you can do so many things. Just think about it. Stocks. You could even put a certificate of deposit, making 2% APY. This is guaranteed money. This is not my opinion, guys. This is guaranteed. Online saving account. Maybe you can get 0.5 APY, the rate. You can buy gold or silver. You can donate to charity. Maybe, you're at a situation like where you just want to donate. You can buy a sports car or you can blow it in Vegas, right? There are just so many things you can do. If you can simply leverage credit to cash, which what I will show you. So ultimately, if you guys can understand this top knowledge about credit, you can live this financial free lifestyle without any extra work. And I know this is a bold statement, but I'm making a big promise and it's totally doable. But in order for all this work, you have to take action. Maybe you don't have to get my help, but you have to take action, because a lot of people think this is a good knowledge, but most people don't really take actions. Are you willing to travel to the most exotic destination? Like, if you don't have that thoughts in your mind, maybe you're not going to take that action because you don't have that motivation. Do you really want to make passive income and live happily and buy the house and car you dreamed of and utilize line of credit for emergency funding? Maybe if something were to go wrong, maybe your spouse, your brother, your sister, or whomever, if they go into emergency, it will cost a lot of money. Do you have the emergency funding? But you can simply utilize credit for the emergency funding, right? So all of these are possible, but you have to be willing to do this. So let me just show you some people, like my clients, that really took efforts and took their action. So Nick is one of a guy who actually really took action, and his credit score went from 559 to 787. It's substantial. He followed a strategic method to build his credit, and it wasn't really about getting a secured credit card. And he was able to dispute all of his late payments, inquiries, and even bankruptcy remarks. And in result, again, 787 credit score, which is fantastic. Now he's free traveling and more. Like, there's so many things he's doing right now. I'm so happy for him. Okay, so let's talk about Cindy. She's one of our a few clients joined with us later on. She followed the proven manufacturer spending method, and now she's utilizing her $300,000 line of credit into her investment. I think she told me, she sent me a DM the other day. She said she traveled to Mexico just using points. And again, what is this result of? Financial free lifestyle without any extra work. Now let's talk about Joe, my guy who's into e-commerce. He followed the proven method to dispute the process of his remarks that he had in his credit profile. He leveraged six-figure e-com store just by leveraging credit now. So I'll be honest with you guys. Before I made this webinar, I really thought of this for a long time. I really had two options. The first option was just go cheap and just, and try to sell as many as possible, like what other marketers doing, which is really not adding much values, right? And the second option is it requires a lot more work for me, building this funnel, building these videos for you guys, building this community. But in exchange, I can devote my time, my resources to guarantee your success. So here's what you're going to get exactly. I'm going to highlight all the secrets. One, which we talked about, how to fix your own credit without paying anyone. How to take the most exotic vacation. How to make thousands of dollars in passive income. How to leverage over $500,000 line of credit into investment. You see, all of these are just a few highlights that I want to emphasize. And these are the values that I truly think, how much it is actually worth. I mean, just think about it. If all there was for you to taking the most exotic vacation and fixing your credit score without paying anyone, maybe you're in a situation where you just want to fix your credit, 600 to 750 credit score. It's amazing because you can qualify for that house mortgage, the car you dreamed of. And now, lastly, passive income, right? Just think about it. In the beginning, maybe you don't have this thought, but truly, how much is your financial freedom worth to you? Is it $1,000? Is it just $5,000, $10,000, or even more? How bad do you want to bring your loved one to vacation spots? To me, that was all I ever wanted. Even till this day, every time I go on free vacation with my wife, or every time I take flights for my sister, my mom, I just feel so much bliss because I'm at a spot in life where I can help people. You see, you can see how others are living this free lifestyle. And I really, truly want you can take it also. And if you can simply learn about secrets of credit, and these are all the things you can take and literally fix your own credit without paying anyone again. Take the most exotic vacation. Quit your second job. Cindy quit her second job. She went to Mexico, and you can possibly get $500,000 in line of credit into an investment. There's just so many things. So this is the course that I'm selling. I'm offering for the general public $997. But because you guys are in this webinar and spent this time with me, I really want to give you something special. So let me talk about exactly what other stuff that you're going to get. the bonus one, you're gonna join our Telegram group. You're gonna join the other people who are already succeeding in terms of credit. We're gonna share our credit successful story, which we're doing right now. And this is what you'll also get. And two, your free access to Instagram Inner Circle. This is where I share my, the daily tips about credit, how to book the most advanced travel, saving 30, 40 discount for flights, hotel, or even for rental car without using any credit cards. And these are like, I'm giving that to people who's signing up only in this webinar. And lastly, you are gonna have the free access to all my credit resources. Now you might be thinking, where did I get this knowledge? I wanna show you exactly where I have gained this knowledge to fix my own credit, where I have gained this knowledge to, enlarge this line of credit, all of this knowledge, all of that resources, my mentors, the context and all the stuff like that. I want to make sure I want to give to you. So not only did I show you, I will teach you how you can, actually go out for fish. So and today only I am offering for 497 guys. So if you guys want to take action exactly, please feel free to do it now. So what I'm going to do right now, I am going to offer our flight credit course. So, and you guys can see it in this chat where you can just simply join. Or you guys can simply go to go.fly.credit and simply buy, access the course there. I'll be honest with you guys. Maybe you're in a situation where you don't have the financial set. So I also have offered a 3 payment, so it doesn't have to be exactly a $497. And again, you literally, everybody has option, right? You don't have to buy this course. You don't have to, take anything that I say. Maybe this doesn't make any sense to you. Seriously, this is 100% risk-free. You don't have to do anything. But your second option is you can actually take this investment today, commit to all the value that I provide, and I guarantee in return, it will pay for itself. Now, the real question is this, guys. Is it actually worth gambling a few minutes of your time just to check this out, which, again, will pay for itself? Going on free vacation, 5 to 7 times a year, making passive income, fixing your credit. How much does that actually worth you? All right, guys. So this is so far what I have for this webinar. Again, if you guys want to leverage credit to live this financial free lifestyle, please, join our close community group. We're not only here to kind of help you guys, but also we want to grow together. I want to be part of your success. Okay, so now I'm going to answer any question that I may get in here. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to write it down here so I can answer your question now. All right, so also you will get an email notification about our Inner Circle group. So in case, maybe you're not at the financial set situation where you want to buy, take this leap of faith with me, I want to offer you our Inner Circle program also. And you'll receive a special link for the course in email also, in case you already have missed out. So if you guys have any question, I'll make sure to answer. If not, I want to make sure that I answer any of your questions first, and then we can move on. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining this webinar. I feel truly grateful, and I feel like I have this opportunity to show you guys exactly how I have changed my life, to live this financial free lifestyle. So, oh yeah, someone just asked me,